Deborah Albert while she's doing that.
I want to welcome everybody to our August exhibit comment night. It is August the 21st, 2025, and I've got a few announcements and a couple of videos, and then we'll move on to our images. The assignments for the last three assignments for the year, guys, it's only 3 more months left of assignments. September is head portrait, in black and white, toned black and white. So if you don't know about toning, go back to Robert's class from a couple of months ago. It's on the website, and take a look at that for how to do toning.
Can I
October,
ask a question on that, Lynn? If
Yeah.
we have a black and white headshot, can we use that and just tone it
yeah,
that we used?
yeah, that's what you do. You make it black and white and then you tone it. That's how you do toning.
No, I know, but I mean, it's one that's been submitted in the past.
No, you can't use you can never use another image that you've already submitted before. So sorry. October is light and shadow interplay, and November is light painting. So those are the last three assignments. All a little harder than normal, but hey, you guys are up for it. Do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Yep.
The last 3 months of education. This month we do not have a Zoom meeting. We have Peer and Beer on next Thursday night. We'll go over that in a minute. September is light painting with, I can't remember the guy's name. Chris, can't think of his name off the top of me. He's one of the pro photographers. He specializes in, he does a lot of night photography. He does a lot of Milky Way stuff, but he also does a lot of light painting. So he's going to be talking about light painting as well. And then October is our member takeover. Some of you guys, I'm going to send out an email, but be thinking about something that you can talk about for 7 to 10 minutes. I already have a subject. I'm ready to go. I just got to put it together. So if I can do it, the shy person in the group, believe it or not, y'all could do it. So something that has to do with photography. It can be one concept. It could be something that has to do with, something in Lightroom or photo, a project, anything you want to do, but it can only take, it needs to be 7 to 10 minutes. So it has to be pretty narrow in scope and pretty concise. So, and
I'm thinking no one is ever going to use the word shy to describe you, Lynn.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
but I am.
But I'm
You know,
thinking nobody's going to
this
say it.
this when I get out of this, every time I have a meeting with you guys, I'm exhausted by the end of it. Believe it or not.
But that's not from shyness.
Yeah, it is. It's pushing myself forward when it doesn't want to be pushed. Anyway, moving on. Again, we do not have a Zoom meeting for our education. We do not have an education night coming up for this month, which would be next Thursday. Instead, we have Peer and Beer, which will be at 6:30. We'll be meeting out on the pier next to the plane sculpture that's out there. So, and don't forget to park. You can actually drive out of the pier. There's parking lot called the Pelican parking lot, and there's solar panels over it, so you can actually park in the shade. But don't forget to pay. They have Park Mobile, so you can either use your phone app. Jack knows he didn't pay and he got a ticket. So, yeah, you need to use Park Mobile, or you can go to the machine and pay, but be sure you pay. And what we'll do is we'll wander around for a little while, taking pictures out there. Who knows what the weather's going to be? It doesn't look like there's going to be any hurricanes, but you never know if there's going to be. Hopefully, they have a storm out over the Gulf, because that makes great pictures from up top the pier. So we'll wander around, take some pictures on the pier, and then wander up to the pier itself. And I'm going to try to get up there a little early and see if I can, latch onto a couple of tables that are right on the edge. Because those that haven't been there, they've got the tables up to the edge, but there's a space in between the tables and the edge, and you can put your tripod up there and shoot over the top of the barrier that's at the top. It's basically an outdoor bar. And so unless it's pouring rain, we'll be up there. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing on Thursday next week. Jim is working on at least one educational outing. We've done a lot of these going to places that are interesting and stuff like that. But we're going to try to start working in some outings where you actually get a chance to learn something specifically. So the one that we're working on right now is lighting, using basic off-camera lighting. And as soon as we have details on that, we will get those out to everybody.
It's my turn. I'll mention some things about that.
Okay. Oh, and I am going to be the second week of the next month in September. Normally you have to turn in your images for the exhibit night. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be leaving on the 9th, which is Wednesday, and I'm going to be at a workshop. So I'm not going to have time to mess around with the galleries. So I need you guys to submit your images a little early next month, which would be on the, what did I put on here? On by 10 o'clock at September the 8th. I will send out reminders on this a couple times in the interim, just to remind you so that you don't, because you have a few days less than normal. You don't have to wait. There's nothing that says you have to wait to the last minute to submit your stuff, guys. You know, so you can submit them early as long as you say, tell me what month it is. You can send, Deborah sent me 4 months worth of stuff and I got them all up here. So, yeah, so I will send out reminders. I should be able to, I'm going from the workshop to New Hampshire with my sister. And so I won't be having anything else going on, and I should be able to handle the meeting from my laptop without a problem. But obviously if there's a problem, Jim will be, hopefully Jim's around that he can step in if there's an issue. It's, September the 10th, maybe the 17th or 18th. So anyway. All right.
Yeah, I have it on my calendar. I'll be here.
Okay. All right. So, last month, there was about 15 or 16 of us went to the Showman's Museum, and I'm going to show you, share my screen and show you the video. I didn't get a lot of pictures from people. I only got from 4 or 5 people. And then there's some kind of ghostly pictures on there. And those were from Robert, who really wasn't there with us, but somehow he ended up getting us pictures from there. So I'm not sure how he got them, but he did send them to me. So and they're very ghostly looking pictures anyway. So anyway, let's give this a try. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, let's try it. Can you hear the sound?
No.
No.
Yes, no?
No.
No,
Can you hear the sound?
No.
no
Okay.
sound.
Let me back it up. I was afraid
Maybe it's just
I
me.
didn't, I should have done something different and I did it. Here we go. No, that's not where I want to be. Let me unshare it again. I was so excited about doing this right. I had everything set up prior to, and I didn't choose these. Okay. Let's try that again. Now can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that was some of the stuff we saw there. So if you didn't get to go, you missed out. And they are desperate for people to come in. It's a $20 entry or admission, and they are, they're a nonprofit. So if you're interested in some place you can go that's inside, it's down in Riverview, and it's really interesting. If the guy that's there that's in charge, I think he's the president of the nonprofit. He has some of the folks didn't take hardly any pictures because he had so much information to share with them. So it was a really interesting place and a very photogenic place as well. So
What's the name of it again?
the
Lynn?
Showman's Museum, and it's in Riverview.
I did not see those clown shoes. Whoever got that picture, that was pretty cool. I didn't
That
see.
place is so full of stuff that's why I thought it was a great outing, because there's so many things to shoot that it's like almost overwhelming. So, all right,
And
moving on to something else.
There's a video on our website you can watch too of the event.
Yeah, Jim put out a video that he sent out a link to a couple weeks ago, and it's also
on our website too, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I have another video. This one is a little something special. I asked Jim if I could do this, and he said it was okay with him, which it should be because I'm kind of promoting him. Anyway, a couple of things. First off, Jim is now. Those of you who are on Vero, Jim is now on Vero. So you can get to see some of Jim's great images. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see some, and he's talking about his photo tour. So if anybody is interested in any of the places that Jim goes, here's a lot of information with some great pictures. And if you're not on Vero, let me know. And if you're interested, this is a social media platform that is no ads. It's a timeline based. There's no algorithms, so it's a really kind of cool place. It's a little. You've got to work at getting followers, because the only people that see your images are the people that are following you, and the only thing you see are the people that you follow. So it takes a little time and effort to get going on here. I currently have 2,000 followers, 2,000 plus followers, and I've been on it for almost 3 years. So, but anyway, it's all photography. As you can see, there's other things here, videos, music. But you can, sort it so that most of it's photography, and I'd say 90% of it is really good. So if you're interested, let me know. And you're not on there, but those of you who are on there, get back on there and friend Jim, because he's already friended you or followed you.
Lynn,
Thanks, Lynn.
once upon a time, you had sent out directions on how to get your photos from your Lightroom or wherever to Vero. Do you still have that info?
I don't know, but we can talk about that later.
Okay. Well, I mean, since you're
okay,
promoting it, I
so
just
the
thought-
next thing I wanted to do was the other thing. Jim is trying to get his workshops going, and one of the things that he did earlier this year, which only a couple of us attended, or 3 of us attended, was his video workshop. And I know some of you may or may not be interested in this. We have a lot of new members who might be interested in it, but I just wanted to show you what I ended up coming up with. I think it was 3 or 4 days, Jim. We shot for we went out in the
All around
morning, in the
Tampa.
afternoon, and at night. And we were in the Ybor City, downtown Tampa, different areas of downtown Tampa. And so, and then he spent the rest of the time. First off, he started off telling us how to shoot, which that's the hardest part, is all these different techniques for shooting. And then the end, we did the processing, and that's a whole nother story as well. It's not like shooting photographs, but it's not as, I mean, I wouldn't call photography in general easy, but video is obviously a little harder. This 6 or 7 minute video came from 135 clips, and I had to throw out some. I had to take others and shorten them. Some of them I probably should have shortened a little bit more, but I'm not there. This is not an Academy Award winning video, guys, by any stretch of the imagination, but it gives you an idea of what you can do after even just a 4-day class with Jim. So here we go.
I've been waiting to see this.
Yeah, he saw a very rough cut of it at the class, but he hasn't seen the final cut. That's it.
Very
Very
good.
nice.
Just so you know, I use primarily my GoPro and my iPhone, but there are some from my mirrorless camera as well. So there's a combination of all different types of techniques as well. And what else was I going to say?
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw
So
a
yeah.
I saw a couple of cool editing transitions that you did in post and everything too there.
Thanks.
That, that were nice. Good job. And it's funny. Exactly 1 week ago today, I finally got around to publishing the video I made with clips when we were doing that.
Yeah, like I said, it is a lot more time consuming, but I don't know, there's such a great satisfaction in the end product. And like I said, you could shoot it with your iPhone or your mobile phone, which a lot of those most of the clips in that one were the GoPro. But I'd say probably, and also I tried all different techniques. There's time lapse, there's some stills in there, there's video, there's slow motion. So I tried all different. He wanted us to try all different techniques, and so that's part of what the class is about. Is not just it's more of an experimental thing. It's not supposed to be some all-in great great video at the end, but it's a lot. It was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. We ate some really good food every night. We went to a different country food wise. So go ahead, Jim, if you want to add on to all that.
Well, if it's my turn to make some
Yep.
announcements, the educational thing you were talking about, lighting. I'm going to put together an educational thing for us, lighting, but it's going to be simple, continuous lighting. Not worrying about flash, not worrying about triggers, not worrying about figuring out flash. I've been doing a lot lately with continuous lighting because that has really improved now to the point where it is really viable to use it. And so I'm going to put together a live demonstration educational thing. And based on when you said you would be away, Lynn, I've got my calendar over here, and I think I'm looking at Saturday the 20th, if that's going to be good for people and good for you to do that. I think I'm going to try and get the meeting room at Beefs, and we'll be inside and set it
I
up.
won't be back until the 21st.
Oh, you won't be back
Are
until
we
the
talking about
All right.
September?
Yeah, well then
I don't get
The
home till the
27th.
24th.
all right, well then maybe Sunday the 28th.
Yeah,
That'll work.
that'll
Yeah,
work.
if I can get the room there so we can be inside, and yeah, and it'll be a live demonstration. Plus, I have some examples of some of the lighting I'll be showing you guys actually in use on commercial
So this
shoots.
is live in person
It'll be live in person. Yep.
in your studio.
No, my studio won't is too small for to have people there. We'll get the meeting room at Beef O'Brady's.
Would they be able to shoot while they're there? Or
Oh,
just
I can
watch you
shoot in there. I can
Huh?
shoot in there.
No, I mean, will we be able to shoot?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
absolutely. Yeah.
So
This is
you're going to
great. I
set
think I
up
can
lights.
make that.
Yes, I am going to bring lights and set up lights and demonstrate and show you, and yeah, with some lighting things I've been doing with continuous light, and I'll show you some examples of I have some behind the scenes shots of a shoot that I just did this weekend
Yeah,
using
he's
those
gonna,
lights, and
Right.
the actual shot and the behind the scenes set up with the continuous lighting that
and he's
that
gonna
I just
shoot.
did.
He's gonna shoot tethered, so you'll be able to see the results right off the bat.
Mhm. Yep.
So
So that's my plan on that. I'm also looking at, so you guys know, you jump on my calendar here. I already I have a running list of things that I want to do for my next potluck photo dinner, and I'm looking at Wednesday the 3rd for that.
3rd of September.
Yep. I'll post that. That's tentative as of now, and if I confirm that, as soon as I confirm that, I'll send the notification out to everybody for that. I've got a list of items for that. I'm always open to suggestions for the potluck photo dinners. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm doing the summer fun outing. That's free to all, and nobody's obligated to be there for the whole thing. Anybody wants to come out for any part of it, any day, any night. I've got some people that are going to be there for the whole thing. Some people that are going to be there for 1 day or 2 days, mixing it up, and or evenings after work. So that is just any part of it that you want to come out for. You're welcome to do that. And if anybody doesn't know the link already, I can post the link again later in the chat for that.
What was the date for the potluck, Jim?
Wednesday
September
the
the 3rd.
3rd. Wednesday night the 3rd at 7 o'clock is what I'm targeting right now.
And what about the workshop for the Sunday one?
The 28th.
Yeah, what time?
I'll shoot for around noon.
Okay.
If I can get the meeting room at Beefs at noon on that
Yeah,
Sunday.
once we get this all confirmed up, we'll send out information with lots of more details.
Is that Beef's the one on Lineball?
No, it's off of the one off of Bush.
Yeah.
Is it Lineball?
No,
It's Line and
Himes. Is it Himes?
Yeah.
Himes.
Bush.
that sounds right. Yeah, Carrollwood.
Yeah, it's right off of Bush Boulevard, just
Yep.
before you get to Del Mabry. Anything else, Jim? Have you got any room left in your workshops, or are they all full?
One spot for the Smoky Mountains and 2 spots for Death Valley.
Anybody interested? Let him know.
Mm-hmm.
Robert, you got anything to add?
No, I'm good so far.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Nothing? Okay, let's get started on the images. Open everything up here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
As I mentioned earlier, my hard drive died this afternoon that had all my files on it. So including my Lightroom catalog. So fortunately, this is all up on the Lightroom big R, little R, not classic. And so this is actually where the judges, if you're a third judge, you go to this particular part of Lightroom to do the judging. So we're going to have to, so I'm going to have somewhat limited ability to do any kind of adjustments. Although Jim, I think, has some stuff he wants to share with us as well.
Just a couple. Okay. I only have like 4 specific examples.
All right. So
this being one of them.
Okay. Okay. So I'm basically we'll do the way we normally do. Hopefully we won't have any hitches with this one. But yeah, I'm glad that we now don't depend on one hard drive, and we've got stuff in the interwebs, so that we have access to our pictures. So hopefully I'll get this. It's all backed up, so it's not gone. So it's just I got to get the backup from Backblaze. So anyway.
Are they sending you a drive?
Oh, I just figured it out an hour ago, so not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was fine this afternoon, and I went to start setting everything up here. I'm like, what happened to my Lightroom? I'm like, then I looked, the drive, I plugged it, unplugged it, did everything else with it. It's been giving me some issues, but I thought it was fine. Evidently, it's not. So anyway, moving on. So this is the assign, which was food photography. And the first one is Rise and Shine. This is Tori's, and the score is 23.3. Let me make sure this is going to work. Here we go. Go ahead, Robert and Jim.
Well, if you let me share, I have just 2 quick things to point out on this one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the things I want to point out, one of the paramount things to be aware of with food photography is color accuracy of the food. And this is a case of, be aware of your white balance. A lot of times when you're shooting food, if you want, depending on the light you're using, you might want to put a gray card in there in a test shot and use your gray card to help you out with the white balance. Because in this is a case where there's a a severe yellow cast to the image. And there's one other minor thing. And I'll just show you. Just look at the before and after with the difference. Look at the eggs. Look at the white part of the eggs, and everything else. You see the color cast going away. Yeah.
Mhm.
And the other thing you'll see going away is the skewer that's holding up the avocado.
Yes, I know that one. I knew about that one, right, Lynn?
But yeah,
Yeah,
if you're when you're photographing food, accurate color reproduction is just one of the paramount things to be aware of. I just wanted to point that out. So
Yeah.
that's what
That's a good
what I have
tips.
to say on that one.
And you can get to that point very easily, Tori, by just using the eyedropper in the color panel and
In that
clicking
case,
on
you
the
could just
white, the egg
eyedropper the
white.
white. You could just
Yeah.
eyedropper the white part of the egg on that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
If you don't have any white, then use gray. As medium of gray as you can find, and that usually does the trick.
Oh, okay. I
But
think
yeah,
I just added too much
those little
color.
gray cards that you can get, the white black gray card, you can just drop one of those with food, just put one of those in your in a shot
Yeah.
and then pull it back out and shoot it again.
Oh, I don't know how that works, Jim.
I will. That's one of the topics that's on based on this. It's one of the topics that's on my list for the potluck.
Can you see my
Oh,
screen,
So
guys?
I will demonstrate that during the potluck.
Can you see my screen
Okay.
now?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Next one is pasta time. This one also Tori's, and the score is 23.5.
And by the
Mhm.
way, I want to say on both of these, especially the one before, great layout and composition.
All right.
Great positioning of the items. I really like the way you put the composition together in both of these.
And
Thank
I
you.
made a mistake. These are your first one was 24.3. This one was 24.5. I didn't have my spreadsheet open far enough. Oops. Forgot to add the extra point.
Okay.
This one is warm as well, like the other one. It's got the same white balance going on. Although with the
Okay.
elements that are in this, it's not as noticeable as the other one, where where the eggs definitely showed off the issue with the with that. But the
Yeah.
layout of your elements here is really nice. Your composition.
Thank
Robert,
you.
any
Yeah,
comments?
with the eggs, I tried to lower the highlight a lot because the white around the egg was so white. So I lowered the highlights, but I think the white balance is probably a little bit too warm on both of these.
Mhm. Yeah.
Robert, any comments?
Yeah, if you look down, I'm not sure you can point the line where on your spatula, there are two lines there. That line and the line there, especially on the second one, the one that's not that one, but the other one. You see how those your noodles cross line up with that line rather than cover the line,
Okay.
which makes that line very noticeable.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah, you would have a hard time getting rid of that. So it would have been better just to cover it up with macaroni.
Right.
Yeah, it's just the color
Yeah.
in the spoon,
Yeah. Yeah.
the wooden spoon.
The wooden spoon. Anything
Yeah.
else? Anybody else? All right, moving on. Next one is garlic, just garlic. This is Diana Rouse, and the score is 24.4.
Okay, Diana, we have on my assessment, we have a spatial issue, meaning I'm wanting to see a little bit more space around your edges. If you're gonna give me space at the left and right and top and then shut it off at the bottom, give me a little bit more space all the way around it.
Yeah, there was some lighting issue there, so that's why I did it. But yep, I can see it. It's and I thought about it, but
Little
it was
over,
kind of,
I don't, yeah, it's a little, the whites are a little blown out because I can't even make the highlights go down. So yeah, you probably should have put, I don't know, a scrim or something between
what's a
your light
scrim?
and the
Or
garlic because it's really bright.
What's a scrim?
Or if it had just been exposed for the highlights,
Yeah,
even without
exposed for the
the without
highlights
the
rather than, yeah,
scrim, because
right.
I like the lighting on this. You know, a scrim would have changed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I say, the highlights are clipped, but had the highlights not been clipped, not so much that a scrim would have softened it up. I really like the light on here showing off the texture and whatnot, and I really like the composition. But
Right.
yeah, it's just a case of overexposure on the highlights.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, Jim, because I thought initially, but I looked at the histogram and it didn't show that the highlights were blown out. So I was afraid to mess with them.
They
But
were,
I see it now. And
Diana, they were so blown out that there was no information there. So if
okay.
there's nothing there at all, it's not going to
Okay.
show up on your histogram. See what I
Oh,
do?
okay. All right.
It's not showing it because there's nothing there.
Okay,
But
got it.
yeah, but had the highlights been there, I'll say this,
Yeah.
it's a really, really good composition. I really like this image, beyond the technical flaws, but otherwise what you did here, the dark background, the dark bowl, the garlic, I like everything. I like what you were doing and where you were going with this.
Thank you.
And don't forget, guys, when you are in a situation like this where you have to cut off your edges, for example, if you've got something else that's sticking into it, or the background is limited, and so you end up with, whatever is behind this, or, to the side of it, go to Photoshop and use generative expand.
I did, but it didn't work out for it. I did try that because I noticed it and I figured I was going to get
make
big.
sure you turn on the AI, the generative. Don't let it, because you can have it off, on, or whatever it decides to do.
Right.
In a situation like that, if it doesn't work out with one, try another one.
Okay, because
And
it
that
messed up
way
the.
you're more apt. If you use the
Oh.
generative AI from Photoshop or from Adobe, you probably would have had a perfect match.
Okay.
Here's the
Yeah.
other thing to be aware of if you're using the generative AI in Photoshop now. They switched over and are using Firefly Model 3.
Yeah.
And sometimes Firefly Model 3 doesn't do what you expect it to do, but there is an option in there where if you don't like what the Firefly Model 3 is giving you, you can revert back to Firefly Model 1 and try that as an alternate if you don't like what the new Model 3 is giving you.
Can you cover that in the potluck, Jim? Because
That's on my list.
Okay, good. I tell you what, when you call Adobe for support now, they drive you insane trying to upsell you with everything.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, it was like, yeah, you could spend $200 a year. And I'm like, to get all unlimited credits. No, thank you.
All right. All right, let's move on, guys.
We never answered the question, what's a squim?
A scrim. A scrim is
it goes
like a sheet.
It's something you put in front of the light that's translucent.
Right,
You know,
it's translucent.
if you've seen like a softbox, the white panel in the front of the softbox
It's
is
scrim.
removable or can be put in, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or
they
you can
come little,
you can have
softens the light.
little tiny ones, or you can get big giant ones. I mean, I have one that's 6 feet tall, a scrim, but you shoot through it or you use it to block the sun, basically. But the light still comes through and it's much softer. So yeah. All right, next one is, this one is M&M PB cups. This is Richards and the score is 24.2. Robert?
Richard, talk to me, please. Tell me
I tried
why.
to set up a good composition. I had a perfect little basket that I used. And I
Yeah, I like
loved
that basket.
eating my subject.
That's always
I
good.
have
That's what I like about
no
food photography.
problem with that. I have no problem with your subject, your composition. I do have a problem with your white-black transition. Why?
With the what? I'm sorry.
White-black
background.
transition. Why?
I have the same issue, Robert. Thank you.
So what is your background, Richard?
Well, I had a black, they're both foam core. One is white foam core on the bottom and one is black in the back.
Okay.
I would have loved it if you put two whites there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That line cutting right through everything is Yeah, that's the killer.
Okay.
And destroying, I mean, you have taken a beautiful composition. I love the fact that you decided to make the M&Ms part of the lead-in to your main bite. Yes. And then you snap it off by giving me that hard line.
Okay, yes, I see it.
Yep.
I thought the black would be good because the basket, the top of the basket would show up nicely against it.
But that's not what this is about, though.
Yeah. And beware of we ran into this issue last time in competition too. Beware of that floating in space issue.
Yes.
What does that mean,
Yeah,
Jim?
which had it been all black, we would have that would have definitely be a problem, but in this case the main issue is just that that amputating bisecting line through everything.
Okay.
All right.
But you're not saying it was floating in space, though, because I mean, I see shadows and stuff like it's grounded.
Yeah, this is not, like I say, had it been all black, we could have.
Right, gotcha.
And we do have that issue with one coming up later with the with the floating in space deal.
All right, moving on to the next one. This one is Lead on Me, and this is Karen's, and the score is 24.1.
Karen.
Yes.
I noticed that you put the green on the right-hand pepper toward the left, facing the left, in order to make a cyclical composition. Were you aware of that?
No, I struggled.
Of course she was.
Yes, I was. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Through it.
Very good that the green goes to the other green that goes to the green at the bottom that sends you in a cyclical manner.
Okay.
Great. The foreground, though, is cut off way too quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now, is this the only arrangement you did of these? I'm curious to know the pepper on the left that has the curve of the stem pointed right at us, where we see the cutoff part, which is that's kind of texturally in contrast with everything else. Had you thought about turning that 90 degrees counterclockwise from the top and having that stem then curve toward the other pepper, and then not seeing that cut off end, that the stem would have curved in the direction of the other pepper, and we would have followed that would have worked with that whole circular thing. Consider that.
I did lots of pictures of it. I mean, I struggled through this whole assignment every night. Dinner time, Charlie'd go to eat. I'd take the food away from him, put it in the
That's the way. Hey, what we want you to do is play with your food. So when you were a kid, you weren't allowed to play with your food. We want you to play with your food.
Tori, do not hang out around Karen while your husband is sick.
But yeah, I did tons of them, and like I said, it was a struggle. It was the hardest one I've ever done.
And like Robert says, I like the way you follow around and everything, and most everything here is it's very smooth and glossy and everything. And if that pepper had been rotated 90 degrees, that stem would have curved in the direction of the other thing instead of pointing right at us, it's like a periscope looking at us,
like
and
an
the whole rough, harsh texture of that kind of is in kind of contradiction to so much of the rest of it being so smooth and shiny. And
good point. Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, moving on. This one is
an advertisement for McDonald's.
This is McDouble Deal. This is Richards, and the score is 24.2.
This is not glamour food photography. This is reality food photography. That's what it really looks like when you get it from McDonald's. Your fries are spilled all over the bag. The lid isn't pushed all the way down on your drink, and the bun's half off the burger, and the ketchup's
Reality
leaking
food.
out. This is reality. The only thing that just disturbed me about this was
The bowl.
the whatever the hamburger is sitting on. It just is, one of these things doesn't belong and that thing doesn't belong. Is that like it looks like a turned over cereal bowl or something?
It is. It's a dessert bowl.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to bring the hamburger up, so I thought that was because it was white. I thought it would be.
If you did something like this again, I would consider taking the bowl out and that pile of French fries that's out of the bag, just tip the burger up onto those fries.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Richard, there's a real big spot right here.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the ginormous dust spot.
Yeah, the bowl threw everything off from this play on McDonald's, because you don't get a bowl at McDonald's.
Okay.
And guys, the black background on this one wasn't as bad as the other one because the wood is much more.
There's a lot of black in the wood grain. It's
Right.
just that's not a harsh transition.
Now
Plus,
this
there's
one
some
works.
light
I was
back
going
here.
to ask about that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so the way he did this one is okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
There's some light back here as well, which give you some separation.
Mhm.
So how would you have flipped that hamburger sideways? Because I'm with Richard. I would have wanted to elevate the
But McDonald's makes a hard shell fry thing.
huh?
What?
Either that
for
or,
the fries, they make a
Yeah.
they make a paper
Oh,
hard.
carton,
But I'm
yes.
saying
Right,
what I'm saying is
clamshell
that
thing.
actual just pile of French fries that are laying on the table, you could tip that burger right up onto those with the sloppy side of the burger facing out, and and that would look just fine in this.
And one other thing, now that I'm thinking about it, order a bunch of onion rings and
That's
build it
Burger
on top
King.
of the onion rings.
Does McDonald's have onion rings?
No, Burger King has onion rings.
Oh gosh, okay.
Hot
my
apple
bad.
pie.
hot apple pie.
Yeah, hot
Yeah, there
apple
you go.
pies. But this
Now I'm
this,
hungry.
this
Yeah.
is a nice parody on
Wait,
McDonald's.
Dinah. All right, moving on. Next one is the final course. This is Jack's, and the score is 23.8.
Step out. Jack, we got a lot of problems.
Mm.
Are you ready for him?
Okay, let's hear them.
All right. Tie the background and the foreground together for me.
Tie them together.
Yeah.
What
They
is
meet.
this?
They meet behind the cup.
Yeah, I'm saying, what is that background?
It's a background that looks like a piece of marble, but it isn't.
Right. Okay. Now let's take a look at put your Lynn, put your cursor inside the cup of whatever it is. Now follow that out to the background.
Yeah, it's the same color.
All right, you see that?
It's a line. It's a grain of the marble,
Right.
and I put it there because it's pointing to the cup. It leads the eye to the cup.
Well, the problem is that it becomes part of the scene, and then now how do you make the square the fact that that marble has something to do with that cup?
It's a different texture, but
So you can
I
align.
don't understand the question.
All right, they're both the same color value, and it looks like one is leaving the other.
What is the same color value?
This,
The inside and both of those are the same color value.
Right. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yes, the grain, that gold grain in the marble pointing to the coffee in the middle.
And if that's the case, then that those two items are working together to lead you out of the frame.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Robert there because I go straight from the cookies to the coffee to the grain and out the top of the picture.
I got you.
It does
Okay.
to me. It's not leading to the coffee. It's the trailing away from the whole scene.
Okay. All right.
All right. The second thing is that the spoon's placement. All right, it's up, and when it's up like so, it becomes a prominent figure. When it's turned downward, it becomes a supporting figure. And then
You mean like the handle going a different way?
Now the
No,
spoon,
turned upside down
right?
Oh,
with the cup of the spoon facing downwards.
Yes, when it's facing
Flip
down.
flip the spoon over. Yeah.
All right, the third thing is that look at where the two lines, the background meet on the upper right-hand side, on the right-hand side. Look at those two separations.
Right.
All right.
And
lastly,
No, I don't understand what you're saying. Look where they meet. What about it?
look at the back on the left-hand side and how they meet. And
it melds together.
They're all together, whereas on the right-hand side, they separate.
This you could have darkened this up a little bit, and that probably would have helped.
There's a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap right here. You see, there's a
I
black
see.
line. Yeah.
And beyond that, it's really hard lighting on this, which makes the background, kind of shiny and compete with this. And the other thing is the coffee beans, something like this, a few coffee beans as an accompaniment was good. In this case, it looks like somebody had an accident opening the coffee bag, and it's too much. And I don't mean that sound mean. And I'll tell you what, styling of food photography is such an art unto itself and is so difficult. That's why so many professional food photographers don't even do the styling.
Not at all.
The food stylist on a food shoot gets paid as much as the photographer,
if not more.
If not more, that is correct. It's it's in a lot of professional food shoots, the photographer just does the lighting and the photography, and it's somebody else's job to do this styling, because that is an art unto itself. That's even a completely different art outside of the world of photography.
I see.
And let me point out one more thing, Jack, and I want you to think about this now. Again, as Jim pointed out, I seriously don't want to sound snarky on this, but there's no but in here. I don't want to. I am not being snarky. Look at the base of the reflection of the coffee cup.
Right.
Down at the bottom. Down at the bottom. Right. You see how they overlap into the coffee, the reflection of the coffee cup?
Yeah.
Those wouldn't, if it was styled, they would not interrupt each other, meaning the top and the bottom would not interrupt.
So in other words, you're saying that if the coffee beans weren't here, it would be the right way to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you want your reflection to be more, if you're going to have a reflection, you want the reflection to be prominent. Ish.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I say, something like this is something like 6 or 7 coffee beans would normally be like the maximum you would see there. The other thing is, when you look at this, you can see the way there's so many coffee beans around that cup of coffee that you just know in your mind instantly, if you lift that up to take a sip of it, you're not going to be able to put it back down on the saucer, because all those coffee beans are going to be under there and in the way the instant you lift that coffee cup out of there.
Now, Jack, the last thing, and I'm Jack, I really want you to get this, is that I want you to think about this as though you're a surgeon. And I don't mean that flippantly. I mean that things have their place and they're clean and they make sense. And I know how you are as far as, at least what I've seen, how everything has its place and everything has a sense of place.
Right.
And that's exactly
And that's exactly what I was trying to convey with this image. My thoughts were that's a very nice piece of china that my wife has. That for the coffee, it's a very slick, very nice. And the marble is in the background is very formal, kind of the picture without, imagine the picture without the coffee beans. And that's what I had at first. And it looked too formal, too stiff, and so I threw the coffee beans in there to make it look like a lot less formal, less stiff. So the coffee beans were there thrown in helter-skelter to bring down the high style of it. And at least that's sort of the thought that was going through my mind. I liked the streak in the marble, and I put it there because it almost looks like coffee coming out of the cup, or a splash of coffee coming out of the cup, or you could play with that in your mind, and but it also, to me, points to the coffee cup. I understand you're saying it points away, but I don't know. I thought it was pointing toward it. And then the gold in the cup, the gold on the marble, and then the gold in the handle of the spoon, I thought kind of tied things in. So anyway, I put a lot of thought to it, but I could see I was out somewhere in left field while you guys are more in center field.
Let me conclude by this one thought, Lynn. Hang with me on this one, Lynn, which means that you give a hero a main stage to one item. Everything else is a supporting item. You gave me 5 main characters.
Uh-huh.
And when you have 5 main characters on the stage, it's like having 5 stars in a movie. You know the movie is not going to go well.
Okay.
All right, let's move on, guys. We got more to
All
see.
right, thanks for the lesson.
Okay, this one is charcuterie board. This is Sylvia's, and the score is 24.7. Now I'm really hungry.
This is a nice layout, nice top-down shot, nice lighting on it. What I would like to see done with this is the fabric in the background just seems to conflict with the wood and everything else that's going on. This is a case where it's not even necessary. If that little bowl of cherry tomatoes had been pushed in a little further so that it didn't jut out from the top of that cutting board, you could crop this all the way in to just the cutting board and not even have the background around there. And go ahead and crop that for me, Lynn, on there anyway, even though it's going to cut off the cherry tomatoes, and let's have a look at that without even having that whatever that fabric is. Just go right into it. Just go right into it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let us get an idea. Yeah, as I had.
Demonstrates the one thing about the photo I don't like. It's so close to being level, but it's not. It's just off by just that. If you look,
it's not a. You're right, Brian. It's not a straight down shot. Which, when you see top down shots in food photography, something this high of an angle, it is a top down direct shot.
Now, I have a question about the blue lines and the butterfly. Would it have been better if she'd flipped the board over and used it without those?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. After I said it and I started looking at it and I thought, oh boy, that's busy.
In fact, do me a favor, Lynn, since we're in here.
Yeah.
You will see this in what I think they call as a flat lay shot. Just crop in even more. Crop into the strawberries on each side. Crop into the tomatoes at the top. Crop into the crackers. Just do it. There. Well, not that far into those on that side. Leave a little more on that side, but yes, there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now picture that without the blue stuff.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Now you will see this, don't get caught up on this, thing that you can't, food photo, especially a top down flat light like this. Don't get caught up on the idea that you can't crop through things. Look at what Tori did with pasta.
Yeah, yeah.
And look at what Jim McWilliam did with his background.
All right. Anything else on this one?
Yeah, I just got it.
Okay. Next one is fruit and fromage. This is Karen's, and this score is 23.8.
Karen, there's a couple of things that I was concerned about on this, and one of them was, I believe, your focus on the foreground area and your cheese. Both of those are very soft. And I was wondering why. The second thing would be the high ISO on this photograph. And then the placement of the wine away from the grapes and cheese.
I ended up getting into the shape of the glass and focusing more on that than anything else.
Right. Okay. Because there seems to be something disjointed about this.
Okay.
So Robert, you would have moved the glass
grapes
closer?
in the front are so soft. You have to look to the grapes in the back. Your eye just naturally just takes you back there because you were focusing on the glass, which is in the same plane as the grapes in the back. And along with what Robert was saying, yes, I would have loved to have seen that glass behind that cutting board with the stem coming right out of the point where the grapes meet the cheese. Yes, right there. If the stem were right there.
This kind of stuff, we usually don't want to put things behind each other, but in still life and food photography, that's a whole different story. Yeah, and don't forget, guys, focus stacking. This could have used focus stacking. I'm sorry, you Sony people, because you can't do that without a lot of trouble. But everybody else
it's very easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some people can do it easily.
And I'll tell you this while Lynn mentions it. Whenever I do food photography, I focus stack it all the way through front to back. And then that gives me every option for whatever I want or what the client wants to put the point of focus in the front, in the middle, in the back, or all the way through. If you focus stack, you can make it a shallow depth of field with the focus being at any point you want on the food, or you can have the entire thing in focus. It gives you all the options in post-processing to do it multiple ways.
Would it be possible at some point to have a focused stacking education night?
Yep. I was just thinking the same thing, because it's definitely something you need you need to do in person. Yeah.
It's done in landscape as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Landscapes, anything that's got depth, and you want depth in. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm so happy with the new cameras, because in the old days shooting food, I used to just manually do it. Focus a little bit in, shoot, focus a little more, twist the lens, focus a little more, twist the lens. And it used to be a very time-consuming process.
You hit the button and it does it all by itself, except for on Sony.
Now, I want to know, Karen, one more thing. Why such a high ISO?
Because of what I was looking at in terms of the aperture.
So is this a handheld
You're
shot?
on a tripod, right?
Yes.
This was on a tripod?
Yes.
Well, then time is not time. The length of time of the exposure is not an issue. You can put it to the lowest ISO you want.
I know. Yeah.
It's so sad that we all come up with these ideas after we've submitted photos.
Hey, that's the point. It's just, you don't just shoot this stuff for the assignment. Try it going forward.
Yeah. Can we take a break from food photography? We had 2 months in a row.
Well, technically last month should have been food. So, all right, moving on to the next one is our website uses cookies, sometimes donuts. Guess who, guys? Jim McWilliam, And the
Hey.
score is 23.5. And as usual, he's got the longest title.
Hey. I sometimes need to explain myself. I frequently need to explain myself.
Floating, floating, floating.
Yep. Floating in space. Yeah, there's one of them. Just crop the heck out of that, Lynn. Just crop it all the way into the cookies on all four sides for us. Well, you can, yeah, see, that's not bad. You could expand it a little more, but wow, look at the difference.
Yeah.
Look at the difference.
So. That looks nice cropped like that.
Yeah.
I was going to do that, but I wanted us to have something to talk about.
Of course.
Now it's all about the cookies and not the red thing that they're on.
Yes. I agree. No, I completely agree.
Yeah. Absolutely do not be afraid to crop right into food. In other genres, we kind of hate to do that, and we have an aversion to it. And when you move into food photography, you've got to break that mindset.
One other thing about these cookies, the box they were in had an expiration date of next February. So
I would eat these.
I think there's plutonium or something in there, and you may see them at the holiday lunch at the holiday.
Okay, we'll be on the lookout for them. All right, next one.
You have a bear in the back, Deborah? Wow.
This was berries. This was my image, and the score is 24.4. Go ahead.
The berries are nice. The cherries are nice. What I'm missing here is a strong sense of light, extra light.
Now I'm using window light. It's coming from this side.
Yeah, I understand. I want you to shoot this again, but I want you to go to the hardware store and get some glass block.
Okay.
Stack the glass block over where your window is and put wait for some harsh light or put a hard light behind it.
Okay.
That'll give you some streaks of light that will illuminate the blue berries to give it a bit more depth than just the cherry and the blueberries alone. And I'm saying that to you because you are a bit more advanced in your stage of photography. So about 4 glass blocks.
Yeah, glass blocks are
well,
really
my window
cool to shine
is
light
like
through.
20 feet away from where I'm shooting, so.
Well, the glass block can take a shop light and put it behind it.
On it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could just put them on the table, right out of frame, camera left, and see what they do. But Robert is right. You do need a kind of a harder light source shining through them to get the really cool diffraction pattern.
So you're talking about the glass blocks. You're talking about lining them up,
letting the light that's on the subject come through the glass blocks before it hits the subject. That's what Robert's saying.
But I just wanted you said several glass blocks. You mean to go through all of them to get to this instead of like
one layer.
Not
4 layers.
No, not 4 in a row that the light has to pass through all 4. Like 4 of them just stacked to be a larger size modifier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's using them as a light light modifier.
Next one is edamame. This is also mine, and the score is 24.4.
Now I'm hungry.
Lynn?
I love edamame.
Lynn, now this is nitpicky, so I'm starting off.
That's okay.
Beautiful shot and such. I am not a fan that slight angle. Give me more of an angle of that dish.
Okay. I think I do have some that I turned it more. I had it straight, then I turned it a little bit, then I turned it some more. I was playing around with it, and I don't know. That's why I just left it. I like this one because I could see all the beans.
And I agree with you. It's just that you gave me a partial, not enough to say that it was intentional.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Okay.
I really like the backgrounds I've been seeing in your food photography, by the way, Lynn.
Yeah, they're from Amazon.
Is that the paper, Lynn, that you got?
Yeah, it's paper.
Paper background?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
Yeah,
getting
it's nice.
those too.
really
Do me a
thick.
favor on this,
Yes.
Lynn, just to see it.
Yeah.
Just crop in tight on this one, bottom left, right. Yeah, come almost right up. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and then come in. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, if if you're gonna crop it, you could have twisted it more like Robert wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then this corner would have been up.
And if it were twisted more, you could actually even, crop right into 3 of the corners.
Right.
And that would not be an issue at all. Even if you just want to see, that now, just crop in left, right, and crop in on the left, the right, and the bottom, just into those 3 corners. Expand the top, expand, and and don't cut into the bowl. Yeah. Yeah. And say, there you go. Yeah, don't be afraid in food photography to really get right in there.
And I did use focus stacking on this, but I don't think I used enough layers because this is
that. No, it works. The shot works.
Yeah, that's not an issue. That doesn't bother me at all.
Enough of it is in focus.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. Like, so Lynn said it right. So like a lot of these photos I see, they're not like tonight, right? They're not in focus the whole thing, it seems like. And I mean, would focus stacking be more appropriate for this, or why would you not want that back green bean right there to be in focus as well?
Let me answer that for you. I understand your question. It's because it's the same product. It's the same item. Because we know what it is. So the only thing that needs to be in focus is one of these and the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the same exact. If it was different items, then yes, focus stacking would work.
Yeah, if it were like the ingredients for a three bean salad or something, and that was one of the different kind of 3 beans in the back. Yeah, that is, I think, what Robert is kind of getting at. But it's all one thing. We know. Yeah, I agree with Robert.
Now, let me mention one other thing. Just as did that answer your question, by the way, Andy?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. The second thing is this. Just as a hint, if you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, anything like that, and go to their wallpaper section and just get some wallpaper, they have all different types of textures that you can use for food.
Yeah. The advantage of these things that I've got that you can wipe them off. They're sort of vinyl-y, they're kind of like a coated paper, and each one has a different thing on each. There's 2 sides, and they're not that expensive. They're only about $20 or so. So
I was just given an option.
Yeah.
Like the wood that you shot the berries on.
Yeah.
You can get a wallpaper sample with that very thing.
That's paper too.
Right. That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
So what's that word, vinyl-y?
Vinyl?
Vinyl.
Vinyl-ish.
It makes up words almost every time.
It's like paper. If you wipe it off, it's going to mess it up. But there's some kind of coating on it so that you can actually wipe it off if you get food and stuff or liquid. So anyway.
No, I knew what you meant. It's just I never heard vinyl.
Finally, hey, you could put E on the end of anything like ish as well. Next one is this one is my favorite dessert. This is Lee Wins, and the score is 23.8.
All right, I'm going to share on this one.
Okay. Hold on. I'm get out of the way.
Oops.
What did I do?
Hang on. I think I got the wrong screen. Ah, there we go. Okay. Before, floating in space, way too much that's unnecessary in this, and it's dull.
Oh.
Look, see how dull the plate looks? The plate is gray.
Yeah.
If you've got white china in food photography, the white china needs to be white china. And like I say, floating in space, all the extra space, and that's when I say, you got food. I'll say it a million times. Don't be afraid to get in tight on the food.
Cool.
Would putting that spoon on top of that plate help?
What
It would depend on the position. I don't that food being so small and that spoon being so big,
Okay.
that spoon would
Yeah.
compete with the
Yeah, it
with
would
the
have
food
eaten
being as big as it is.
Yeah.
Next one is for decadent dessert lovers only. This is Jim McWilliams and Dick McWilliams, and the score is 23.8.
Now, Jim pointed out the color cast.
Yep.
This has a strong color cast, but a much more inviting photograph than the last one. But I'm concerned about the word reserved. I think you're telling too much of a story rather than showing me the food, because in any other case without the caption, and I saw the reserved for what or for whom?
This really went
The
red.
fastest, I think. I don't know.
Yep.
First,
Yeah, I'll
number-
show you.
Did you eat all those?
You know, this was a tough assignment.
That's why I
can
like when
see
I get
that.
hired to photograph cocktails for bars and restaurants.
Ah,
Yeah. There's, I say, get rid of the color cast.
yeah, yeah.
And like Robert was saying, we don't need the reserved,
Cracking on
you
it.
know, yeah. I mean, you can see the potential that exists within there
Yep.
to do that.
Are you
Absolutely.
sharing, Jim?
Yes.
We see it.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm gonna stop. That
Yeah.
just
Okay.
wanted you to see that.
My screen is going nuts.
You have it back, Lynn.
Yeah, I have it back. Okay.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Can I guess if that Brian?
No.
That's a cute one.
This one is
Why?
One Cool Banana. This is Ron's, and the score is 24.7.
Okay.
I would have said this one was Jim's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish I
I would have
thought of
said
that.
it was, I thought it was Lourdes. That's a Lourdes shot. Sorry, Ron.
Ron's pretty good at this kind of stuff too. You're just not
Yep.
used to him yet.
Yeah, Ron
cool. That's cool.
is playing tricks on us
Mhm.
because he's taking food to more of a interpretive, artistic level.
It's really cute.
Yes. Now, Ron, I would caution you to give me a better top and foot on that banana. But
Well, I had a topless one where the banana was peeled and sunning itself with the little reflector. I thought that might be a little too risque for the group, though. Topless sun tanning.
Funny.
And you should have had a bottle of suntan oil next to it.
Ron, we could take it.
But the complementary colors for your background and everything, you know, work great with this image. That's a great choice of colors with that.
Just so Brian doesn't feel bad, there is a little bit of a halo here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there is. I see it now.
Wait a minute, Brian. I can't believe you didn't see it in the beginning.
I was looking at the sunglasses.
All right.
That was these sunglasses were thanks to my prop master and wife. If you look closely, they're actually little bananas that are forming the reflection in the sunglasses.
see
I was
that.
wondering about that.
What were they from?
They're just made out of a bit of black construction paper.
Oh, you're serious. And where did the reflections of the banana come from?
They're drawn on.
Oh, you're kidding. That's so cute.
That is so cool.
I would buy that as a picture for my kitchen.
Oh, absolutely. That would be for a beach house. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is
Oh,
The
Ron.
moment of anticipation. This is also
Wow.
Ron's, and the score
Ron.
is 4.9.
You messed up, Ron.
Uh-oh.
What was the score, Lynn?
24.9.
You messed up, Ron.
I'm curious, Robert.
You
I
gave
want to
me
hear
something
what it is.
humorous, and then you turned around and gave me something serious. My brain can't take the extreme.
There were so many shoots I did for this subject. I tell you what, Robert, I must have probably 8 to 10 finished images, some funny, some serious.
The only way
It was
with
a
food.
real challenge.
Yeah.
I'll ask you to do one thing in reprocessing this. All right, you see the highlights on the chocolate at the bottom?
Yeah.
Bring those
Yeah.
highlights up.
Yeah.
Bring
I was
them up.
even going to ask Lynn if she could just put a brush over the chocolate and just bring it up a little.
So make them brighter?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you can even brush over the whole length of the chocolate, and just push the shadow slider or something, and you can bring out some more of the
right
the
there.
texture
Oh, wow.
and whatnot of that.
So I actually removed some highlights in here because this was shot with a ring flash, and I thought the donut shape in some of the highlights was a little distracting.
No.
This gives it depth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it gives it depth, where before it was pretty flat.
Yeah, I'd have to see the donut reflections to I do like the linear line highlights in it.
But I think the
And
donut
I don't know what the donuts looked like originally as far as the donut highlights. I in my mind I could see what you're talking about and think that they could be distracting versus what I see here.
Very cool.
That's a cool one too.
Yes.
Next one is cherry tomato cheese sandwich. This is Roy's, and the score is 24.2.
It's
I think
I
I'd
like
like
what's
to eat
going
those.
on. what is in the scene. The issue I have with it is it's flat, and when I say that, I'll show you, I'll share again and show you the difference of flat versus taking the important parts and bringing up the values on the important parts, and also getting in a little tighter on it. But now, do you see what I mean by flat and not flat?
Colors.
Yeah.
Jim, what did you do then?
I just brightened up the
tomatoes.
Brightened up the tomatoes and the leaves.
Yeah.
And he also eliminated this like swirly thing over here, which is very distracting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's and tightened in on it, because all this stuff in the lower that lower right, that's kind of excessive versus everything is happening from the middle to the left in this, with a bunch of negative space down in the lower right corner. So just tighten it up a little bit. But and that's not doing anything with lighting or anything. That's just processing. That's just brushing some more exposure onto the important elements in the food. That's it.
Now let's go with lighting. Now tell me why your choice of lighting in this particular case. I see that your light is coming from front right.
Robert, I think Roy couldn't make it today. At least that's what he told me.
Say again?
Roy's not here.
I think Roy couldn't make it today. He told me.
All right. The lighting itself could have a different direction to this in order to add a little bit more dimension to it as well.
What direction are you talking about?
Well, maybe if it came from the back forward.
Which is very typical in food photography.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would give it a little more brightness and
So
that
like
back leading.
above
Yes.
it into the back?
Yes, and a bigger light source.
Okay.
Show that again, Lynn, please.
From the light would be back here
Okay.
and high.
Okay.
And they would come across and give a shadow in the foreground, which would then leave you with a dimension of the items just popping a lot more. The front, the side light that you're getting is giving me a lot of prominence on the hand.
All right, moving on to the next one. It's already 8:30.
All right, yeah, we'll make it. But
Okay.
one thing,
Basically ditto for this one.
This was salad salad for chopsticks. This is Roy's as well. This score is 24.2.
now, once again, we have a very high ISO on this one. And secondly, most importantly, the chopsticks would not go on top of the food. They would go in the food or beside the food, but they wouldn't go on top as the main, with the food happening below it.
Now, Jim?
Yep. Agree.
Okay. Yeah, that it's very there's a lot of grain in this thing. You look at it closely, so. And I know it's hard when you're trying to take pictures of something inside with it, with low light, with relatively low light. So yeah, you've got to work on keeping the ISO down if you can, and then just go for a longer shutter speed, and that makes it a little less noisy. And then and then use denoise.
Yeah, a tripod is pretty much required equipment for food photography.
All right, next one is waffle and maple syrup. This is Lourdes's, and the score is 24.5.
What do I want in this photograph?
Fork. A fork.
Lourdes, are you here?
Yeah, she's here.
I am. What I want in this photograph is I want a wider pour.
A wider pour?
Yes. You see how thin the syrup is?
Yeah.
Narrow.
Okay.
It looks
Now,
like a stick.
yeah, this is just understand, this is me nitpicking. I know you're not a food photographer, but and your composition, your lighting, your colors are really cool. The syrup just about to drip out of the front of that piece right there is really good. The core itself, that thin line, I want it to be thicker, which means that
how hard it is.
Oh, I know exactly how hard it is.
I spent like 2 hours just to get that one.
I understand. I do know how hard it is. And that's one of the reasons why food photographers and stylists get paid so much money, is because it is hard.
I'll die of hunger.
I know somebody that took a photo of a frozen pizza for the cover of the carton that the frozen pizza comes in, and they received a frozen semi-truck shipment of pizzas and shot pizzas for 2 weeks. He shot 400 pizzas in 2 weeks to get one shot for the cover,
right?
And said he never wanted to eat pizza again after that.
Yes, because
that's why I stopped after 2 hours, because I love waffles so much.
You used to.
Right. And see the syrup on the right hand side, the drippings, that dripping is fine. It's just that part where it's on the waffle is really not so fine. Not that part. That part is good.
This here?
Yes, that part right there.
Kind of hard to get it to drip down here without it being here.
I understand. I understand. That's why it's placed instead of poured.
Yeah. Placed instead of poured, huh?
But overall, I'm going to say your styling, your lighting, a little bit, really well done.
Very well
done.
Is it
not
very
well
done?
Is that a little floaty?
I could use a,
No,
a little bit
this has
of
this has
texture.
separation. The background has, there's some light fall off and gradation going on. This isn't floating in space. I can tell that there's something behind it with the gradation of the light going on.
Okay. Just wanted
Is
to
this
make
one
sure.
where she could have poured this, then like composite somehow a wider syrup thing into it?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I'm thinking pouring a lot of syrup on it would be like over real fast. You have to shoot real fast, but maybe to be able to do it,
It's
do it separate.
It's also one of the reasons why in the old days, some of the photographers used motor oil instead of syrup.
Oh, yummy.
I was planning on eating them, so nope.
But then you can't
Actually,
eat it.
Yeah.
I watched something once on what things they use in food photography, and a lot of it is not food.
No.
Right, absolutely.
Not edible.
And there is, for professional food photographers, there's a rental house in New York that rents fake everything, actual fake liquid pores
Right.
that are made out of Lexan and plexiglass and stuff, and you can get an entire fake syrup pour. You can get fake ice cream, fake sushi. That's all very realistic, but it's all and it's there's a rental house in New York that just caters to food photography with these rentals of fake food items and liquid pours and fake ice and ice cream that doesn't melt because it's not real.
All right, guys, let's go. We need to move on. This one is also Lourdes's, and it's called A Round of I can't talk tonight. A Round of Waffles, and the score is 24.9.
Tori. I'm not Tori, Lourdes. Lourdes, I need you to, if you're going to do this and do this well, which you've done in this particular photograph, you've done it quite well. There are two things I'd like for you to think about. The end of the rim, which is simply a card on the lower right-hand side. You see how you have a rim that's going around? That rim needs to be completed. Okay? That's one thing. The second thing is the placement of your strawberries around. You started off with thinking about it, doing really, really well across the top. And then on the sides, you get a little bit different. And then by the end, you just lose it.
They all should have been going like this.
You want either they all need to be the same way or they all need to be random. This is like a synchronized group, and then another synchronized group, and then another synchronized group that are random from each other.
Yeah.
And then one really weird one on the left.
Yeah,
well, two kind of weird ones. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Next one. We had a lot of breakfast going on here. Stack of pancakes. This is Lee's, and the score is 24.6.
The pour from the syrup dripping off the front end, perfect, great. But you see that little thin line coming in from the pour up top? That one looks almost as though it does not need to be there because it's so thin.
Yeah.
Meaning that without it, the syrup still would have dripped. We would have known that syrup has already been poured on it. So that's what I mean by the thickness of the wideness of that pour.
Yeah, it almost looks like a plastic stick sticking out of there.
Correct. That's what I was referring to. Whereas all throughout the rest of it, it works nicely.
Do me one favor, Lynn, real quick.
Yeah.
Grab a radial gradient. And do you see the highlight running vertically on the left, left of center on the pancakes? Yeah, that area there, just put a tall, rotate that 90 degree, stretch it top to bottom, tall top to bottom over that highlight. Yeah, there you go. And just push that value up a little bit for me. Well, not that much, but yeah, there. Yeah.
a little bit.
Nice.
Gives it a little more
I just wanted to
depth.
see that.
Right, next one. Oops.
I am so hungry, you guys.
And pancakes and waffles sound good.
This one
Jesus, you're
is
killing me.
cherry bubbly. This is also Lee's. The score is 24.4.
You guys had a great breakfast, man.
And I know that glass was not easy to light for that. And I know you've spent some time polishing all the fingerprints and smudges and spots off of that glass, didn't you? Because
We use like
that
four
looks good.
different ones because every time you spend 2 minutes, the carbonation part is gone.
You just drank it.
Nope, we tested, but it was like every 2 minutes.
Well, you could get fake champagne from that place that Jim talked about.
Yes, you can.
Nice.
Any other comments on this one,
This
guys?
this is a really cool concept. And I like the way it was executed.
Yeah, just for as a side, push the highlights up just a little bit on this. Okay.
Yeah, just gives it a little bit more pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're doing that dark style of food photography, it does help, like what Robert just did here, and like what we did with the pancakes, where there are some highlights. You can make them pop, and it really can enhance the image. Just because it's that so-called dark style of food photography doesn't mean it has to be dim or dull.
Okay, this one is leftover from last week or last month. This is JT's, and I apologize. Somehow his image got stuck in the trash folder. I don't know how it did it, but it was there. So this is still life. And the score is called Food for Thought, and the score is 23.5.
All right. You said this is still life, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is JT or JP?
JT.
JT, okay. I know I just spent a week with the JP. Okay. That first item in the middle that's soft. I know it's a tea bag, but it's bright and it's prominent and it's soft.
That was my main issue with this as well. That's right in the forefront visually of what the image is about, and it strains your eyes when you look at this because you want that to be in focus and it's not.
In this part right here, the prominent parts of those flowers are also out of focus. This would be a great thing for focus stacking because there's so much going on and it goes quite a ways back. So. Do you think there's too much stuff in this?
Yeah, we're saying too much.
Like maybe this part here?
Yeah, the whole left side doesn't need to be there. You could crop that right into those dried flowers. Yeah.
And bring up the shadows and all of that stuff that goes with it. Exposure as well.
There you go.
Yeah, we're talking.
I mean, there's issues obviously here and here, but
yeah.
This is where focus stacking would have worked.
Yeah, the whole left side of that was, unnecessary visual information that, keeps you from this part of the image.
Plus it was red, so that's where your eye automatic. Once you get past this fuzzy soft place, then you go to that red book and it's sort of stuck. You're stuck over there. So
yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, on to general. We've got 13 of these, so let's move it.
All right.
This one is Fish in Flight. This is berries, and the score is 23.1. I love the fact that he's got his mouth open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Zoom in where the eye is, Lynn. I don't think that's in focus.
It's not.
Yeah. And can you can you, yeah. And can you activate on here the spot removal tool and hit the visualize spots and show people, you know, that's there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See the spots here, one here.
They're all over the place.
One here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you go in, it does. This looks a little different than Lightroom Classic, but if you do the spot removal, there is a place that says visualize spots as well.
It's the same tool. It's the exact same tool.
It's in a different place. So.
And they'll show up. They'll show up there for sure. You know, you can see them in this image, you know, without that.
But yeah, and if you that's the easy way to find them. Just lower the threshold and you can see them a lot easier.
There's a new in-camera filter, RAW, in Photoshop. They just came out with it will remove the spots. You can do a click and it does a pretty good job.
Yes, it's only in camera RAW.
Yeah.
It's not in Lightroom yet.
It'll be there eventually.
It's an advanced preview feature that's there, but it's AI spot removal. And you click it and you let AI find all those spots and get rid of them for you.
Yeah, Luminar Neo has had that for about 2 years. Adobe's finally catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a great shot. Barry, what's the yikes?
The issue with this shot is it's an extreme crop. I'm really pushing it. You can tell that that's why it's not sharp. It's with a teleconverter. The bird was very far away.
It's still very.
It's such a unique image, though.
Yeah,
yeah, it is.
It's very impactful. Yeah.
Yep. Would that sharpness have gone away with Topaz?
No, it's too blurry already. It would have made it look funny if you put it through Topaz. Because it's very, very soft right in here.
Yeah, the lesson I learned with this, I was getting the whole bird in and I realized after I shot it, oh gosh, I didn't even zoom in all the way. I could have zoomed in. and lesson learned, next time I'm going to really go in tight for the action.
But your timing for the shot was spot on.
Yeah.
That's one of about 75.
All right. Next one is also Barry's. This one is dive bombing young tern. The score is 22.9. This one is not in focus either here.
That same issue is an extreme crop.
Are you shooting at what shutter speed are you shooting at, Barry?
This one I think was 4,000.
Yeah, that should be. But you know what? The direction the bird is going in makes it difficult to catch them. And get them in focus.
I couldn't even tell what kind of bird this was. They were moving so fast.
Yeah.
I was lucky to get a single shot in focus.
Or away from you, and this one is sort of in the going away stage here. It is really hard for the even at a fast shutter speed to catch it. The tail feathers are in focus, but you want the eyes in focus. We don't care about the tail feathers. So yeah, you had a focus going on. There's focus going on here, but it's just in the wrong spot on the bird. But yeah, it's still catching turns when they're turning is not easy.
Yeah, this bird is tiny. It's only about 3 inches wide.
Yeah, it looks like a lease turn. Yeah.
Overall, it's a cool looking composition. It's a cool looking composition. The way it's been cropped and the way that the way that bird is framed. Yeah.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes you don't have a choice as to what you get and what you don't.
You've been putting quite a few good bird pictures on Facebook, by the way, Bud. So.
Oh yeah, you have.
This would be something if you just if you mask that by just overall just punching a lot of grain into this or something and pushing it into more of an art photo.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Than a bird documentary photo. You could let's say turn that black and white and actually like enhance.
Oh, it had a lot of grain.
Push a lot of grain into it and whatnot, and you may have something very different and very cool, and no one's going to say, oh, the bird's head is out of focus.
Yeah. When you get real arty, it doesn't matter as much.
I just want to say I'm just fascinated by all the commentary on food photography. We know so little about it in some ways, and I am learning so much.
That's a tough genre.
I can see how hard it is.
All right, moving on to the next one. And this one is Potts Preserve Lightning. This is Brian's, and the score is 24.
Ooh,
Awesome, Brian.
Wow.
yeah.
Right place
Wow,
at the
wow,
right
wow.
time. With
Yeah.
with Jim telling you what to do, right?
And you know what's funny? Just a couple days ago, I posted on my website this exact same lightning bolt, but photographed from my drone at 200 feet in the air.
Oh wow.
But it is the exact same lightning bolt, exact same time. I have the exact same photo from 200 feet altitude. I looked at this and was like total deja vu.
Do you need one of those clickers for this? The triggers?
No,
So how do you get this?
that's a whole nother lesson unto itself.
Yeah, that's one of those
Brian had
lessons.
that.
It's hard to.
Brian
you
had that
can't
whole
really
lesson
plan
that
it.
night in the field. That's why I put my drone in the air and just let it hover and set my controller on the table, and then went and helped Brian take lightning pictures. And then when the drone battery was finally dying, I let it land again.
Yeah, the problem with lightning is you never know when you're going to see it, and then you got to quickly learn how to do it. And the other issue is if you don't do it often, you have to relearn it every time, just like anything else that you don't do very often. And there's a trick to it. So it's not a difficult trick, but it's a trick. Any other comments?
Great job, Brian.
Great shot.
Yep.
Brian, you're totally quiet when somebody gives you a great compliment, and all of a sudden, you know.
I was muted. I was actually talking, but I was muted. I was concerned about the purple color.
What?
Why?
That's pretty common in lightning photos, actually, Brian.
Okay.
This is a little heavily saturated, but purple is actually a real color that you tend to get in photographs. Purple and blue are very common in lightning photos.
I went to the eyedropper color thing and clicked on the color and brought it down quite a bit from what it was, but you're saying it's still pretty strong, huh?
No, you
and it also depends on if you're mimicking whatever film simulation your camera has. If you were shooting with your Fujifilm camera in Velvia film simulation, that really pushes the purples hard in that film simulation. If you were using that,
I was not using that. I was using that new one that you told me was good.
Oh, okay.
Well, in this case, Brian, because the shot is so striking, you could have used any color. The shot itself is striking.
Did you see? The only thing I did increase the whites a little bit to make those lightning bolts really pop out, because they were like this, and just a little bit of white makes them like really pop. All right, next one is Beach Serenity. This is Sylvia's, and the score is 23.5.
Hey guys, remember minimalism?
Yeah.
There you go. Nailed it.
I
wish I'd have done it for minimalism.
Your horizon is 2.1 degrees off.
Oh my God. Okay.
Isn't it a little bit close to the top of the tent?
Yeah, it is.
She should have jumped up and took the picture, or stood on a chair.
Held the camera over your head.
Okay.
Either that or get down low and have it above the horizon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do want to
I agree with you, Brian, on that.
I do want to crop on the foreground, though.
I knew you were going to ask that.
Yeah.
A little bit too much sand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, get because those three lines, we have those three lines now working for us.
Mm-hmm.
This one, and that one.
Yes.
This one, and this one.
Yes. Those three
the skies in the western skies have been incredible the last month.
Hmm.
And there's another bunch of sand coming across, so be on the lookout, because we should have some more good skies. So it's actually after sunset. So this was after sunset, right, Sylvia?
Yes, it was at Fort Myers Beach. It was on the Gulf, but
I love the fact that Sylvia gets in her vehicle and she drives to just the right place and pulls over at just the right time and set up the tent at just the right angle and have the wind blow at just the right push in order to get the shot, and then get back in the car and drive all the way back home and then call it a night.
there you go. That's dedication, isn't it?
It is.
All right, moving on to the next one. This one is Cameron Falls, Waterton. This is Kathy's, and the score is 22.8.
Kathy, why so bright?
I was working on the waterfall.
I mean, the whole thing could come down.
Yeah.
I mean, down. Yes.
Yeah.
Push the shadows down a little bit, Lynn, too. Yeah. Push them down. Push them down.
Okay, up. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, now we're talking now.
Yeah.
Kathy, did you do any toning on that?
I think I might have. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it has a little bit of a warm tone. I saw that and said, oh, well, good. Somebody's working on their toning of black and white.
And the bottom up.
Yeah, bottom up.
Yeah.
Just a little too much stuff on the sides.
There you go.
Yeah, I figured
That's
you
it
would
right
profit. I kind of looked at it later and I said, well, I didn't spend a lot of time on it, but and I hadn't seen the black and white education film yet, so
go watch it. It's on the website.
Yeah, I've watched it since.
Okay.
I'd already sent this in, so
Yeah. And you see how much more depth that has in it.
yeah. No, I after I looked at it and sent it in, I said, "Oh my gosh, why did I do that?" But
don't we always?
I like the waterfall, and I wanted comments on it, so that was why.
All right, next one is, oops, manual in the morning. This is Deborah's, and the score is 23.
Now, how were you, Deborah, able to capture this thing, whatever it is, to flying in the air? Is this an acrobat thing at Vegas?
No, this is a manual in Mongolia on the Den at sunrise.
So you wake up and go and say, okay, do this, and it does it?
She was in the
No,
right
you go at 4 a.m. and you sit there hoping for stuff to happen.
And she got lucky. Woohoo!
Yeah, I wish I had a little bit more sharpness there. And maybe I'm not seeing it properly, but yeah, a little bit more sharpness. And not that you can control all of that. I find the sharpness a little bit more on the bottom middle than I do in the top. But yes, and it's a very interesting image that it looked as though you cued it to do that.
No, it's 30 frames per second.
Okay.
What animal is that, Deborah?
It's a manual, Palace's cat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Palace cat, yeah. Very cool. I mean, do you guys think there's too much sky, too much rock, anything other than the sharpness of the cat?
That's a matter of taste. The effect is there.
Because I think the cat is kind of small, and I was just wondering if we did this, that the cat wouldn't look quite so tiny.
And then bring it in on the left side of you. If you're going to do that,
past the bright spot in the sky.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, then you're
Keep
more
going,
in
just
that
a little
line.
bit more. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That'll work.
Yeah.
And then the cat doesn't look quite so tiny.
Sky is beautiful.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The silhouette against that sky.
Yeah. All right, next one is
Brian.
Wisconsin Farm. This is Brian's, and the score is 23.1.
Brian, unmute yourself and tell me why you're so hot everywhere.
why I'm so hot everywhere?
Yeah.
The whites are really hot, like right here.
Oh yeah, yeah, I see it now. I didn't see it on when I was doing it.
And this was calibrated today, so it's actually lighter than normal. I mean, much darker than normal than, I don't know. It's actually blown out.
Yes.
You can't bring anything back in it. Oops.
Just wondering, why is it so? This is, and you could be doing a 3-frame bracket on these type of things easily.
Okay. So how do we, okay, so I heard all that. I submitted this because I wanted to find out if this was like an intriguing subject and if it was a good composition.
I say yes. I
yeah.
enjoyed the composition and the, you know, the serene pastoral kind of setting and what you did with the hay bale in the front and whatnot. I do like the composition.
I love the composition, and I don't say that, you know, love on anything.
I spent 2 weeks driving around Wisconsin and I had an eye out for this kind of a shot. And I was like 5 miles from the Illinois border when I got this one.
And you didn't do a 3-frame bracket.
I don't know. I may have. I'll have to look.
Yeah, because the sky is blown out. This is blown out. Yeah, some of these whites are really, really hot. Whoops.
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Go back to Wisconsin?
I do like the image, Brian. I do like the image a lot.
Okay.
All right, next one is Fishing Cat. This is also Deborah's, and the score is 23.8. And I assume this was at night, Deborah, right? Or at dusk?
Yeah, no, it's pitch dark and it's with a flashlight.
Oh, wow. How did you know he was there?
Well, I mean, there was just enough light to sort of kind of make it out, but you're scanning with a flashlight.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I see the flashlight was significantly to the right side of the camera position. How did you manage that?
I'm not holding the flashlight, the guide is.
That's how it got managed.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, it's like I say, yeah, good
And
that good,
Miss Deborah?
the light was not on axis with the camera.
No, definitely not. About 4 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get this right now. I know Tori had a question, but let me get this right. You have a person 4 feet in front of you in the water holding the light so you can get the shot.
No, I'm in a fishing boat.
In the boat.
I know you're in the boat, but the person is holding the light in the water.
No, the person's also in the boat.
Was this with Nara?
Yes.
Okay.
Really cool.
I'm looking forward to our trip with him.
Now, Tori had a question, I believe.
No, I was just going to mention what she wrote in her chat, that she saw a bear on the lawn. Did you have a bear in your yard?
Oh, yeah, bears show up here a lot, and I saw my bird. I usually bring my bird feeders in at night. And since I was here, I didn't get them quite in time. So
Oops.
There's a bear behind you right now.
Wow.
I had to
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw.
The video's my Ring, doorbell. So that's
Great.
Wow.
All right, next one is.
I'm sorry. So the lighting doesn't work because it's too far away.
No, it does.
No, we're pointing out that it's a good thing that the light was done that way.
Okay.
Yeah, just the opposite.
Yeah,
okay.
And see, if the light had been more in the axis of the camera, this stick would have been way brighter, which is a good thing that it's not. And because it's
The
over
shadow
here,
had been on the
it's
cat.
not as bright. Yeah. I mean, I know you're not one to get rid of things in your pictures. I would have, if it had been me, I would have gotten rid of this stick, or moved a little bit to the right to get the cat with the stick not in front of him. But the lighting helps it because the stick is not as bright as it would have been if the light was more straight on to the cat. So yeah, great shot.
Yeah.
Great shot for the circumstances that you're in. Uncontrollable circumstances.
Yeah, drifting boat, flashlight, and very unpredictable cat. So.
Yeah. I'm sure he didn't sit there very long once you shined the light on him.
No. A little bit. I mean, we used flashlights. We didn't use a I mean, literally we were using flashlights. So it didn't disturb them. I wouldn't ever disturb the animals. So.
Yeah. All right, next one is sunrise at the pyramids. This is Diana Cahill. So the score is 23.8. Or excuse me, 23.6.
Yeah, it's actually nice that the balloons in the sky almost mimic the shape of the pyramid below. There's almost a triangular formation of the balloons above that triangular formation of the pyramid, with the triangular mountain in the background behind it. That works well. In fact, if you just wanted to highlight that part of it, you could crop up from the bottom and take the foreground out, and you could see what that looks like, where you really have triangle without all the stuff in the foreground. You don't have to go that high. You go down lower than that. Yeah, a little right there. Whoa, yeah, up, up. Yeah, there you go. There.
Right there.
Yeah, there.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, all that extra stuff in the foreground I don't feel is complementary to what I see now. There's kind of a big open expanse of that, of that dark colored area in the foreground going on in the original version.
Yeah, I think having the plaza more visible also stresses that it's like almost lined up, but I don't think it's perfect. But if you take more of the plaza away, it's better.
Were you in a balloon when you photographed this?
Yeah, and it was moving a lot. It was
that makes
moving
it hard.
pretty fast.
Yeah.
Where was this taken, Diana?
This is Teotihuacan outside of Mexico City.
I'm sorry, where?
Mexico City.
Oh, in Mexico. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this shot, Diana?
I feel like the sky is kind of boring. I don't know if it needs more balloons. Or like less sky and to crunch the balloons in. I like the color, but all I did was put on adaptive color in Lightroom, and it did a better job than I did with the sliders.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jim, that's another thing that if you could cover when you do your potluck, is that adaptive color?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we had one on that before, but we can mention it again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, Dinah, did you see a couple things I did here? I just I used a little bit of dehaze and I also did some contrast because it was pretty flat. And then I also brought out the shadows because the pyramids are kind of dark.
Yeah.
So, and I warmed it up just a tad. But yeah, I understand what you're saying about the sky. But if you had a bunch of clouds and stuff in the sky, it would have taken away from the balloons.
It would distract.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's typical, sunrise in a hazy valley, gives you that look. There's in a valley like that in the morning, you've got that haze with that, with that side light of that low angle sun coming through it. That's normal. That's virtually what it always looks like. I know from experience from probably taking 10,000 photos in a balloon.
Right. And Jim, as a balloon pilot, you would normally want a clear sky anyway, right? A clear-ish sky?
Well, clouds are okay as long as you don't fly into them.
Yeah. That could be a problem.
That's against the rules.
So ideally, it's better not to have clouds.
When you fly
if they're high clouds, they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you fly in the clouds, do they you like bump around like pillows?
No, there's a
up and then you go down.
Well, at least in the US, there's you fly under VFR, visual flight rules, which means you can't fly with your vision obstructed. You have to have at least 1 nautical mile of visibility to be legal. And you don't have that in a cloud.
Nope. All right, next one. This one is Beautiful Land. This is Lee Wins, and the score is 23.6.
Is Lee Win here?
No.
I was wondering about those
He is
halos,
in
the
Chile.
dark halos.
I was gonna ask Brian what he thought about this.
Dark halos.
Yep, inverse halos. But if they were gone, which I can't not look at them when I see them. But yeah, what a gorgeous layering of elements in this photo. But that's a processing issue.
And what caused that, Tim?
And any number of 6 or 7 different things in processing, or a combination thereof.
So you're telling me there's dark halos on the cacti?
Yeah, right here.
Surrounding the cacti, absolutely.
Right here and
white
right here.
halos.
Mm-hmm.
They're reverse halos, yeah.
Yep.
What do you mean by reverse?
They're dark.
Dark.
Most halos that come in processing are light colored halos. These are dark halos.
I'm not seeing dark. It looks white to me.
Here.
It's a wide band.
It's a very
wide band. Yeah,
about
as wide as this little hand tool.
The halos are almost thicker than the cactus themselves.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I'm missing them.
I don't see them either, Diana. I can't see them.
Okay.
I can't see them either.
I can't not see them.
Now can you see them?
I see the white light on the right.
Hey, Lynn,
that's normal.
But guys, look at
that's a highlight.
Hey, it's very Lynn. Do something for me.
Oh! I see it now. Yep,
see how
I
it's
see
darker.
it.
Right, look at this line right here of the
Yeah,
mountain.
yeah,
line.
I
It's
see it.
darker
Yep.
right next to the cactus.
Do something for me, Lynn.
Yeah.
Find the dehaze slider. Push the dehaze slider and see if that exaggerates them so people can see them. There. Now do you see it?
Yeah, no, I saw it once you used the hand.
Look where that cactus meets the sky.
Yeah, you can really see this on this one.
Mm-hmm. Look where the other one meets the sky above the hills, and you can really see it now that see where the top of that cactus. Now do you see the halo around it?
Yep. Holy banana brains.
But you can see all the way around here, it's darker on the side of the cactus.
Yeah,
I totally missed it.
But I did that so that people could finally see what we're talking about.
But other than that, it's beautiful.
It's stunning. The colors are phenomenal.
The sky is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, next one is foraging. This is Jack's, and the score is 23.4. This poor butterfly is really beat up.
Butterfly is beat up. I'm going to say the same thing, Lynn.
Yeah, nice photo of it on the flower, though. But the one thing I would see that I would take out of that, the wing of the butterfly, right? You see the big notch in the wing of the butterfly? And there it is. Yep, you just pointed it out, Lynn. Look at the thing extending, not the notch, but that, that thing right there extending off the wing. Yeah.
And then maybe darken up or eliminate this light one down here and this light one here.
Yeah.
Just to keep your eye in the circle rather than going out to these lighter things.
Yeah. The back of the butterfly's wing is black, and then there's that other black thing just extending right off of the wing there. I don't have a problem that the butterfly's raggedy. That's actually kind of fascinating.
That's real.
Yeah, that adds some interest to to this for sure.
He's on his way out.
And the fact that the butterfly is in focus is really good, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
But you have some that you love you seem to love to extend things that are distracting off of the main subject. So I'm saying to you, Jack, stop it.
I'll have to watch out for those things that extend to or away from the subject. Yeah.
Yes. So
Pay
stop
more
it.
attention. Yeah.
You know, I've always wanted to tell the doctor that. Stop it.
Not when he has a scalpel.
Yeah, don't grab his hand.
Yeah. And you don't want to hear him go, uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
There we go.
Damn it,
Yeah,
Jim.
whoops.
Damn it, Jim. He's a doctor, not a photographer.
Yeah, I could see that those things needed to get out of there. Didn't appreciate him. Yeah.
You know, you wake up from anesthesia and and you're in the surgery and you go, wait a minute, doctor, did you say uh-oh?
Okay, guys, let's go. We got a couple more. It's after 9 o'clock.
Diana.
This one's Puffin Lookout. This is Diana's and Diana Rouse, and it's 23.7.
Diana.
Yes, sir.
Give me a crop tool immediately.
I know, you're going to crop the bottom.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Crop the left-hand side. The last 3 birds, take them out of there. Just there. And you can bring a little bit more off the right-hand side. Just a little bit.
I thought about it.
Now, you've given me this thing about lookout. You've given me symmetry on the left-hand side. You've given me 3 eyeballs, and then you've given me the singulars.
I know, but I like them.
Okay. All right. I will shut my mouth then.
No, but I mean, I thought about it. I knew I was going to get nailed on cropping.
You know what I say about somebody who's going 85 in the 55 zone? I said, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. And you said, no, but I like really speeding. And then the cops pull you over. You go like, why'd you pull me over?
Put this crop back in for a second, Lynn, please.
And I'll tell you why.
Well,
look at how the back bird crosses the other bird.
Yeah, I know. I thought, all of that, you were all in my head. But
okay.
the reason I left them in, just so that you know there was a reason, is because I was thinking of repeating patterns and repeating stuff, and they were all.
What's repeating? Tell me what's repeating.
Well, they're all looking in kind of the same direction.
Yeah, but one is crossing the other, whereas the other 2, though, at the back end, see, they're in symmetry with each other.
Okay. All right.
I will work it. And then these 3 are looking this way, and then this one's looking that way and that way. So these 2 are like disruptive.
Okay. Very disruptive.
Okay. I will tell them.
Yeah, this time everybody face that way.
Yeah, I mean, I got blown over on that shot. I was on my butt.
Okay, last but not least, this one is the Alien Throne. This is Diana Cahill's, and the score is 23.7.
Interesting, Diana, but I'm not sure what it is. The tonality is fine. I could use a little bit more tones on the right-hand side, but what's going on here?
They're rocks. They're like big weathered rocks.
And so you decide to show
the holes in it is called the Alien Throne.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
A little more, yeah, not so underexposed. This is weird.
Matches up with the rest now, but I like what you did here. Things like this, I personally am, a fan of backlighting things like this,
yeah.
and shooting into the sun and things like this, which a lot of people are afraid of and won't do. But it's one of the things I like to do and like it when I see it done.
Just give it just a little bit of.
Yeah, you got all that information there. Why subdue it?
No, so I just brought these shadows up a little, just a bit.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Just so you know that there's something there, not just a big black blob.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else, anybody?
When that sun is low at sunrise or sunset, I like this. Me personally, I'm drawn so much more to photograph right at the sun than away from it.
Yeah.
At that time of day. And I'm enjoying seeing that you did that.
Yeah, I was actually scouting for the annular eclipse, and it turned out that the sun was in the wrong direction to take this photo with the annular. Whatever, sometimes you don't know until you get there. But it was just middle of the day. So after the black and white class, I was like, maybe it'll look better in black and white.
Where is this, Diana?
Say
So
again?
you were able to get in a position low enough to get a perspective where the rocks are closer to the sun, at midday.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
She's down in a hole.
Diana Cahill, you need to talk with Sylvia.
Yeah.
Sylvia has a way of getting to a place exactly at the right time.
Where was this, Diana?
This is the Bisty Badlands in New Mexico.
And where? Sorry?
New Mexico.
Bistai Badlands. Yeah,
Badlands, yeah.
that is one of my favorite places. That is that
The
is
Badlands?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you get out to the Cracked Egg Formation when you were there?
No, because since it was in the path of the eclipse, it was crazy crowded and it was also overlapping the balloon fiesta. So it was like packed.
Oh yeah, craziness, crazy time.
Did you find any fossils out there? There's a lot of fossils and a lot of petrified wood there.
Lots of petrified wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as an overall comment, the food was a lot after the cropping, a little of the examples. The food turned out to be pretty good, folk. Yeah. And the general's the same after a little bit of cropping and some adjustments. It looks like we're on our way to getting better shots of that in the future.
So
we had a good crop of photos tonight.
Yes.
I see a future food assignment coming up again. This is a.
I know we only reprise them if we don't do very well.
So yeah,
you have to wait a couple years and see if everybody gets better or worse.
Hey, and speaking of a picture we saw, I'm going to share something real quick just to show you. Can you see that?
Let me just see.
That's
lightning. Yeah.
Lightning.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not the drone shot though. Oh.
It's look at the lightning. It is the exact.
Wow.
Look right there and there. Yeah. It's the same bolt. It's the same bolt of lightning.
Where's Potts Preserve?
So how come yours isn't purple like mine?
Well, I was shooting with a drone camera, which has a different color profile to the photos than what you were shooting with, because I was shooting video, and this is a still frame cut from video, and so it's an entirely different color rendition than what you were shooting with your still camera versus me pulling a still frame from a video camera.
And also, I think from a higher altitude, the color is going to be different as well. The angle.
But yeah, so I saw your shot, Brian. I was like, oh, deja vu. Well, yeah, I just posted this a couple days ago on my website, and I was like, oh yeah, Brian got the exact same one.
I have to ask, was this on an outing or something? How is this possible?
Yeah, I invited everybody out to come. This was the night that the two meteor showers had their simultaneous peak on the same night, and I invited a bunch of people to come out, and I camped overnight and to come out and camp overnight and shoot meteor shower, and we got a bonus thunderstorm at sunset before the skies cleared and we started seeing meteors.
Wonderful.
He announced it at one of our meetings.
I sent out an email to everybody as well.
Pay attention to your emails, Barry.
I missed having you there, Barry.
I was busy, unfortunately.
Remember the last one you came out to, Barry, where you and I stayed up till 5 a.m. photographing? We were at the same location.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to this one, but I had something else to do. I couldn't come.
All right, guys.
Night.
Real quick, Lynn.
All right.